Yo, what's happening? Gino the Dragon back with part two of my 50 sub celebration. First, I want to say thanks everybody for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing on my videos, interacting in all those different ways. Just great community, and I appreciate everything. I think I'm in like 70s right now, something like that. Yeah, just great community. And like I said before, this one do Q&A, so I got some questions already. Gonna answer all these questions, and gonna end by showing you my favorite all-time comic book. This very most important English in my collection. First, or we get started with the questions. First, kind of see getting kind of grizzly. Let my beard grow in a little bit. We'll see how long that goes before I get too annoyed by it. But anyways, first question from the gifted youngster is, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? And probably go with just the ability to fly. I think just being able to take off and soar above the clouds and just get away from ground for a while, anytime you want, would just be fantastic. Just thinking about when I fly, just being looking out the airplane, seeing the clouds and just seeing everything so small. Like I would just love to just soar in the air and just be able to do that anytime. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite superpowers. Every time power sets, probably something like Magneto or Wolverine. But yeah, just singular power, probably flight. Next question we got from Tim Morant. A friend of yours is interested in joining the hobby. What do you lend them to read? I think about this one a lot whenever I'm suggesting comics on Twitter for comic recommendations, and slide that guy out of the way. A little tight up here. And my recommendation, or one book I would definitely lend somebody to read, although I want it back. I'm going to get the Englishes anyway. The Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suites by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba, published by Dark Horse. See a little horse right there. This fantastic comic. It's a 6-issue miniseries. There's a second part called Dallas. I have that one too, but it's not as good. There's supposed to be a third part, but I don't know. Maybe they're working on it right now. I remember seeing an update about it, but anyways. That's an awesome series. If you haven't heard of it, definitely go check it out. Go pick it up, go buy it. Hopefully you won't regret it. But, so basically it was like 47 children are mysteriously born to women who shouldn't have been able to give birth, and they do. And a group of them are sent to Dr. Hargreaves, or millionaire inventor Reginald Hargreaves adopted 7 of them, and when asked why, his only explanation was to save the world. Save the world, people. But yeah, Umbrella Academy, fantastic book. Here, check out some of the art. So definitely go jump on this if you can. So, that's the Umbrella Academy. Next question got from Manga Comics, who his question is actually very similar to the Comic Book Chronicle about my starting in comics. When did you get started in comics, and do any more of your family also like comics? So, what got me into comics was, as a kid, just big into superheroes and video games, action figures, cartoons, all that good nerd stuff, like just wrapped together. So comics just kind of came in, and not even sure when exactly, but I do remember riding to the comic book shop on my bike with one of my friends. We used to ride to the shop. I'd pick up X-Men and Spawn. I don't remember what he picked up, but those were my favorite comics as a kid. Still have a lot of them. Actually, in part of the stack. So I'll show them right here. Got a ton of comics. These are a bunch of comics I had as a kid. They're in various shapes. Some covers I'm missing. Just didn't really take care of them. Didn't really know much about it. Just happy to have them and read some awesome stories. Cool art. And X-Men. I remember one story was, I was in grade school and reading comics in class. A teacher told me, don't read comics until you're done with your work. I'm like, okay. So one day I was done with my work, so I pulled out some comics, and he told me to put them away. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't say what the fuck, but you know what I mean. Just like, he said I could do this, but whatever. So yeah, so I've just been as a kid, and I don't know, I can't really say when, just somewhere during grade school or early or whatever. But yeah, so I've been near comics most of my life. Do any of my family also like comics? No, not that I know of. Oh, actually, one of my cousins, I forgot about him. Yeah, he likes comics a lot. He's not blood, but through marriage. But yeah, he was probably my only family member that likes comics. And question from Sleepy Reader 666 Mafia. Have you ever tried to draw or write comics? So two questions. I have tried to write. I do have some. I have several documents on my computer from the last decade of me like writing, plotting, scripting, and like just making notes on various comics. I've actually made some progress with like trying to connect with other people to work on a comic, but nothing ever materialized. Just couldn't work it out with schedule. But never really tried to draw comics. Maybe as a kid, I can't remember. I draw pretty infrequently. I have to show off my sketchbook sometime. The other question was, if you owned your own comic shop, what would it be like? I actually got a kind of idea. I thought about what it'd be like if I owned a comic shop and just what I'd have in it. Because I've seen my comic shop tour videos and also have like a photo album with a bunch of different comic shops that I've been to, like just the pictures of the storefront. And just from seeing all those comic shops I've been to in my life, I know like a various quality. So I know some things I like and some things I don't like. I know I'd have like chairs, like couches, like real comfortable couches for people to sit down, chill, read. Action figures, big action figure section, definitely. A huge kids section. I would highlight a kids section because you don't really see that too often. And just there's not even that many kids comics out as far as I really know. There's definitely be a lot more. And we all started as kids, so we can't forget about them. So I would definitely do something to keep that going. Probably have like a ladies' night or something, something to help encourage women to come in to the shop and kind of check it out. What else? I don't know. I really like the barcode scanner too, scanning comics. I figured it'd be a good way to actually keep track of what's coming in and out of the shop. So yeah, those are some things I would have. Peter Parker asks, do you like reading books? And if so, what are some of your favorite authors? I do. Can't really say I've read enough where I have favorite authors, at least not enough from single authors. So, but the last book I read was The 47 Ronin Story, just awesome tale. I'm a big fan of Japanese history. And this one is about some samurai whose leader whose master is betrayed. So then they become Ronin, which is master of the samurai. And it just kind of takes place over a long period of time where they kind of plot revenge. Or they kind of lie real low, plot revenge. And then at the end, they they perform seppuku, which is like a ritual suicide. And so yeah, it's just an awesome story. So definitely check it out if you haven't read it. But yeah, like I said, I don't really haven't read enough from any single author to have a favorite. But I do read a lot, and I always pick up a lot of books. Kind of binge on books I know. Just keep filling on my bookshelf and like, hey, this book looks good, but I have no time to read it. Same with comics, all the back issue shopping, books, comics, and games. I was buying them because they look good. I had no time to do it, or to read and whatever. And Incredible CJ asks, "You're a sports fan?" Yes, I am. If so, who are your favorite teams? Favorite team, the big football guy. And my favorite teams are Dallas Cowboys and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Cowboys Nation, Buckeyes Nation. Huge football fan. Definitely ready for football season. Are you ready for some football? Hell yes, I am. Bring that on. Also a big track guy too. I ran track in high school. So Incredible CJ. Snow Abbott asks, who's your all-time favorite comic writer and artist? Even though I lean more towards the writers, I always have trouble picking one. Like Chris Claremont's done a lot of X-Men work, and so like just always got to keep him in mind. Mike Carey though, he's done a lot of X-Men work, X-Men Legacy, and then right before that. So it might be him though, because he's done that. And he also did he's working on Suicide Risk, which is a book from Boom Studios. It was an awesome book. And then Unwritten from Vertigo. It was a pretty cool fantasy book, and was kind of checked it out just because I liked Mike Carey, and I actually liked it. So I'm actually gonna start. Been planning on going back and picking up all those back issues so I can read it all. I have a few of the trades somewhere over here. See it? Unwritten right there. Artists. It was always Jim Lee for a long time, but then Bacalo started doing a ton of X-Men work, so probably him. Plus he's done some Spider-Man stuff too, and Jim Lee's recent stuff with like Justice League, I didn't really care for as much. So definitely probably Chris Bacalo, just a fantastic artist. I love his style. I actually wanted to find, almost bought one of his original art pages, but it was like 400 some bucks, which was a little more than I wanted to pay at the time. So I don't think that's going to happen. So anyways, on to the last part. The part you've probably all been waiting for, or part of it at least. My all-time favorite comic issue. This is the issue I would have to secure if I like my house is on fire. It's like, dude, I gotta find this copy, but it's not signed or anything, so I could probably just buy another one. But this is definitely that book. Uncanny X-Men number 304, part of Fatal Attractions, which is one of my favorite stories. An offer of salvation, a betrayal most bitter. Just a fantastic issue. I loved this as a kid. Actually had another copy. I had to get another copy at some point, but it was damaged. We got the Magneto holograph cover right there in green. Cover by J.R.J.R. It's John Romita Jr. If you don't know, who was actually one of my favorite artists as well, but a lot of his recent stuff kind of fell off. I don't know what happened. It doesn't look as good, but I'll show you this cover. Show my time. All right, we're good. So this cover right here. A lot of this book takes place just before and at the funeral of Illyana Rasputin, who was Colossus' sister, younger sister, who succumbed to the legacy virus, which is actually kind of funny because he would end up dying, sacrificing himself for the cure to be released. Damn legacy virus. Anyways, I just love this comic. There's so much in it. Love JR's work. It's written by Scott Lobdell. And in it we have my man Exodus, who's an awesome character. We got the Acolytes, including punk-ass Fabian Cortez. Got Sanyaka. We got like this real, like, I don't know, energy whip kind of thing. Actually made a figure of him, the old Toy Biz X-Men action figures. I might still have it. But anyways, there's just so much about this comic that's just pure X-Men. Like Death, even though Death doesn't mean much right now, but there's just so much about it that I love. I got Colossus right here throwing out some of his art. And man, it's great. Got the funeral right here. Got Storm giving a little eulogy. And then Magneto storms the funeral with the Acolytes. Come to make an offer of like Sanctuary. I love that picture right there. It comes to offer the X-Men Sanctuary. And then like the most shocking part was, like you said on the cover, betrayal most bitter. Colossus betrays them, betrays the X-Men, he attacks Bishop, and takes Magneto up on his offer to join the Acolytes. So he's with the Acolytes for the rest of the story and a little bit longer. And you just love it. Got death, betrayal, just sorrow, just everything about the X-Men. Just love it. So yeah, that's my favorite all-time comic issue, Uncanny X-Men 304. It's awesome stuff. So yeah, that's it. I also meant to show off some comics I had as a kid. X-Men Pizza comics. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Probably have to show these later on. I don't have enough time. X-Men Toys R Us comic covers missing. Got another copy anyway. But I'll stop there. I'll show those off another video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And thanks again for the subs. So, wrap it up. It's Geno Dragon saying peace out.